I'm going to show you how to quickly and effectively use level playing field to search consumer arbitration cases. To start, we're going to use the search term Wells Fargo. We're typing in the top bar and hitting enter. Now, level playing field is composed of consumer arbitration cases, but we also have party pages. So we have case pages and party pages. Party pages are aggregate pages that show you when a party appears in multiple cases. For instance, Wells Fargo obviously would appear in a lot of cases. So when you only type the name of Wells Fargo, you're going to have a mix of case pages and party pages. The way you can really tell the difference is party pages are a single line and case pages are 2 lines. So, but if you look at a party page, for instance, clicking on this one, it takes you to show you the summary data, which is Wells Fargo Credit Card Service has had 2 cases, one in 2009 and one in 2013. If you want to see what those cases were, you can click on the name Wells Fargo Credit Card Service, and it'll auto-filter the results and show you those 2 cases. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves, so we're going to go back to these mixed results. So if you want to just see, well, let me show you a case page. So if you look at a case page, like this first result, it shows you details about the case. When it was filed, when it was closed, how many days it was open, if there's a subtype, the type of case, the state, the case ID, the forum, in this case AAA. It shows you the amounts claimed and awarded, etc. It shows you the parties that were involved in the case, and you can click on any of these and it'll take you to their party page. And there's additional details here, which will vary by arbitration forum. So let's go back. If you want to just see party pages with the search term Wells Fargo, then you would use the search modifier is party. Now there are only, there are only 4 parties in level playing field. There are non-consumer parties, which is businesses, mostly, though there's universities and other things. There are attorneys, there are law firms, and there are arbitrators. So when you use the term Wells Fargo with is party, you're only going to see non-consumer because, and I hit enter there. You should hit enter after each typing in the box because it'll update your page count down here. So it only shows you non-consumers because there are no law firms or arbitrators or lawyers named Wells Fargo. So we can see here that there's only 1 page of results. We can see that there's 165 cases under Wells Fargo Bank, NA. So these numbers here are the number of cases under each party page. So you can tell, which parties have the most cases, which could show you which ones are the most interesting. It also could be the opposite. The ones with the least are the most interesting. But anyways, if you click on Wells Fargo Bank NA, you'll see there's 165 cases here. And then, like I showed you before, you can click on Wells Fargo Bank, NA here, and it'll show you all those cases. So there's 9 pages of cases. Now, we can do further filtering if we wanted to. So is party shows you all parties. We could be more specific. We could say is non-consumer. Okay, and this is the same results because all of them are non-consumers. But if you said is attorney, it's going to come up blank because there are no attorneys named Wells Fargo. However, if you change the name to Frank and hit enter, or click out, hit enter or click out, either one will make sure the live loading stops. You'll see all of the attorneys with the name of Frank. Or let's say we want to see all the arbitrators with the name of Frank. And there you go. And you can see some of these arbitrators are far more active than others. And there's 2 pages of results. Well, look at this guy, 35 arbitrations, consumer arbitrations. So anyways, that's how you really leverage the party page search or party search in Level Playing Field. They're mixed, and in the future, we're going to separate them in a future iteration. We're in the middle of working on a really big rewrite, but this video is about how to use the current version until we retire it. So let's get back to Wells Fargo. Okay, so let's say you wanted to know a little bit more, or you wanted to filter a little bit further on Wells Fargo. One of the most common filters or modifiers, I use those terms interchangeably, is close date or file date. As you can see here, these headers right here, these headers are applicable to case results. There aren't really any headers on the party results because they're pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, we're going to change that in the future. So this is a file date, this is a close date, and once again, file date, close date. So you can see the syntax here for file. Don't click on that or else it'll delete what you have here and put it there in its place. So we're going to use that syntax though. So we're going to use close date. And the only 2 dates that you can filter on right now in the system are file date and close date. So we're going to do closed 1/1/2016 to 12/31/2016. And this should be, I'm going to hit enter when I'm done. This should be all Wells Fargo cases that were closed between these dates. And we can see there's 3 pages. So we know there's between 40 and 60 results. Now, if you want to further filter, you can filter by state. So let's use state. Let's use the state of California. But again, don't click that or else it's going to delete what's here and replace it with state :California. So we're just going to type it state :California and hit enter. And so now you can see again all these closed states are in 2016, and California doesn't show up on here, but rest assured that all of these cases are in California. I can show you by clicking on the first one. See, state is California. Now, we can change the state to Texas. And hit enter. And there you go. You've got four cases in Texas. We could do Florida. There's 1 case in Florida, etc., etc. Let's go back to California. You can do a further modifier on the case's disposition. So that's when the case is closed, the disposition of the case. You can see here from the headers that you have disposition of awarded, settled, there's withdrawn, dismissed, and there's a couple other ones which we will list. They're on the front page actually, but we will list them as well. So we want to see all cases that had a disposition of awarded. A little bit of a delay from the live loading, or maybe it's just my computer. So again, hit enter once you're done, and there you go. So there was 3 cases in California in 2016 that went to an award, and we can see here that the consumer won one of the cases, and then we're not sure who won these other 2 cases. But we can click on them and look. We can see that the consumer self-represented. Well, the claim amount was $17 million. That seems high. Well, we're getting this data direct from the AAA, so it's what their data had. Look at the second one, claim amount, etc., etc. You can go through them in detail. And that's basically it. I mean, you can change it to settled. We could change this to we can change these terms at any time without changing any of the rest. We can change it to, say, Citibank. Oops. These would be 2016 Citibank cases in California that were settled, so on and so forth. So you don't have to lose your settings if you want to just jump between companies or get complex with your searches. So anyways, if you have any questions or any ideas, send us an email down here. Team@lpf.io is the email, but if you click here, it'll generate the email. Thanks.